It has been a long time since Chip and Biskit had a nice cat tree that they could actually play with. So I was super pumped when PURR NOOK had reached out to offer Chip a new cat tree. So this is us unboxing it. And of course, I wanted to show you the whole process. It took me a while, but I can tell you that it was so worth it. Now, the box itself was really nice and heavy. And honestly, that's just because it's real wood and it has really heavy components, as you'll see. I'm hopeful after having put this together and seen it in action now that it is going to last me for years compared to other previous ones in the past that truly have lasted me just a few months. Now, I wanted to show you what the instruction book looked like, especially if you get your own PURR NOOK cat tree of this type and want to follow along. So we went ahead and unboxed it. And I did it myself, but you'll see later that I actually recruited some help setting this together because it was taking me a little long time. I was managing the baby, plus trying to film and get the cats going. I, to be honest, was blown away when I opened this and there was a customized letter and photo with a photo frame from PURR NOOK themselves. I thought this was incredible that they had personalized this specifically for Chip and had this little gift in there for me and for him. This photo is sitting on our counter and it's adorable. I love it. So Chip and Biskit are both huge fans of cardboard boxes. If you've seen other videos of Chip, you know that he loves chewing on cardboard boxes, tearing them up. But as I undid this box, everything, as you can see, was essentially vacuum sealed, making it so that it needed to fluff out. There were wrinkles in the fabric upon opening it because the fabric is vacuum compressed and it takes time to fully expand. After a day or so, you could not see the fabric wrinkles, just like you see how it is now. And essentially everything within this package, all the parts and pieces, had these special PURR NOOK embroidered tags. I don't know, it just made it feel more premium. Then, at first, as I was taking out all the pieces, this wire and the wood circles, I didn't really know where anything went because I'm the type. When I am doing an unboxing, I just unbox it all and try to figure out without reading the instructions. It was time to actually, finally, start assembling the product itself. So you begin with the largest wooden circle and you go ahead and put the screws on the bottom so that you can start putting the cylindrical wood on top of it. Now, baby Miss Chip absolutely loved helping with this whole process. I did have to cut out lots of clips of her, but she thought this was so fun with all of the packing materials everywhere, all the cardboard everywhere. It was a fun time. The instructions at first for me, because I'm not an instruction reader, were just a little hard to go through because there are actually a lot of different versions of these PURR NOOK cat trees. And so it took me just a little bit of time to recognize what version that I personally had and what was reflected on the instruction booklet. But once I got it figured out, it was perfectly easy. I could follow along, no problem. You then had to put on the first perch, which is held by a super strong piece of metal. So I absolutely know that this will not bend in the future, and I know that it will not move after putting on the second perch. Take note that I ended up screwing the perches just a little bit better. That way they were not wobbly. These things are super sturdy and don't move at all. And I was able to then put on the top and we started to get excited because this was actually the point where the cats began to be interested in this product. I had to get a little bit of help at this point to have the top wires put on and screwed on as I prepared the material. I wanted to share though, something awesome is that the PURR NOOK team is now going to pre-install this top perch section so you won't have to do it. Now, when I mean prepare the material, it was more like getting Chip off of it because he had started claiming all the soft material himself. He was laying on it in all different positions. It was really cute. What I was doing next was putting the padding, the soft material padding that I'll show you up close later, on the perches and the padding that goes on the top perch itself. I thought the top section honestly was so fun because it gives the cat a sense of privacy because of the dome part. And it's also really soft, like you would see in a normal cat tree. We put the fun ball tassels on, which, as you'll see in a second, is Biskit's absolute favorite part of this. She goes so crazy for so long after we had put this together, and it was just adorable watching her try to bite and eat and destroy these pom-pom balls. But to be honest, she did not destroy any of them. As you'll see, I've had this for a handful of days, and even after seeing her try to destroy it, it doesn't look at all like it's used. So that's what's important to me. Now, after we put it together, Biskit climbed immediately to the top. As you can see, she went to attack those pom-pom balls, which is fine. I know that's the entire point, is for them to go crazy. Now, Chip himself actually isn't the biggest fan of attacking pom-pom balls. He just wants to use this as his leisure bed. And we ended up actually putting this bed next to a window in our basement. And I've already caught him sitting on it on one of the perches and watching outside, trying to find some bunnies like usual. Or if you watch our content, maybe even trying to find his cat girlfriend outside. So then the last step was to attach the scratching mats. My cat tree specifically came with a gift of extra cat scratch mats, these pink ones. The default actually for this one is a pink beige color. So I absolutely love how they are removable and replaceable, making it so the product will always look new and fresh. Now, the scratching mats are actually zippered on. They're very, very tight and fit exactly to the wood itself. So it makes it so that it's really, really sturdy and the cat can scratch and pull all they want and it's not going to move. Here I wanted to show you what it looks like in reality, especially if you're going to be putting together one of your own PURR NOOK cat trees. This was his favorite part. Biskit, well, she's not exactly the biggest scratcher, and she loves to attack things like pom-pom balls, as I said, and toys. Whereas Chip, he instead really likes to just lounge, observe, and attack, and scratch at the post, as you can see. And he just likes sitting on the perches, which again is perfectly fine because this cat tree literally provides one amazing thing for both cats, the pom-pom balls, the fun aspect, and the comfortable leisure laying down aspect for Chip. So I thought you guys would love all these fun clips of Chip and Biskit having an enjoyable time on this cat tree because of the fact that they really, again, have not had a nice cat tree in such a long time. In fact, it's probably been 2 years or so since the cats have actually had a cat tree that wasn't torn up or broken or honestly even functional. So seeing their reaction like this, honestly, was so heartwarming, knowing that they knew not only that this was for them, but they actually used it for its purpose of hiding and fun and play and lounging. So with all that said, I actually want to go into showing you all the close-up details of this, especially if you're interested in this product. So the top of the PURR NOOK cat tree itself is this really fluffy material. It's soft. And when you look at the top, there are these wire holdings that hold the strings to the pom-pom balls. And it almost creates this umbrella dome. Then from there, you have, like I mentioned earlier, the zippered scratch pads. And this, again, it was a little bit hard to attach, but once it's on, it is very secure, which is awesome. I mean, you really can't rotate it. You can't move it unless you unzip it. And then from there, I actually got a second set from PURR NOOK, which I was so grateful for. So even if the cats end up scratching this thing like crazy over the years, which I hope is going to happen, then I'll be able to zip these off and put on new ones, eventually make it so that it'll be brand new all over again. Now the perches themselves have the cushion on it, which I obviously appreciate. It's not just a flat material, but it has squishy padding on it. So of course, when they lay on it, it's nice and comfortable. And then from there, it has the edges, the rings around it, which are really fluffy. And again, it's fun. What's unique about this design is the pillows down at the bottom. As if you look on the PURR NOOK website, you'll see that all of their designs have a few little fun touches to them, things that make each design a little bit unique. And this design itself, one aspect of it that's unique is the pillows. Now I know the purpose of having the soft pillows is part of this design, but nevertheless, I wanted to show these up close because I know this is a really very quality piece of product. And I know that both Chip and Biskit love it already. And I'm really, really glad that I was able to get my hands on one of these. I set up the motion sensor light, which What a fun touch, by the way. I thought this was so cute. But it lights up the tree wherever you put it inside of the cat tree at nighttime, and it makes it so the cats can still see everything. I thought this was such a fun touch. Chip really loved all the material and packaging afterwards, so I wanted to show what it looks like in the aftermath. Nevertheless, if any of you are interested, I have the details in the description, and I hope that this shows a fun look behind the scenes of what it's like with Chip and Biskit and the products that they actually use. Thanks again to PURR for this adorable cat tree, and I'm so hopeful it will be a staple in a lot of our videos in the future.